Hello everyone, welcome to Quick and Easy Cooking. Now today we are going to make one of my mom's favorite dishes, and it's a pork loin. The pork loin that I have right here that you see is a center cut. Now the ingredients that you're going to need for this pork loin is some carrots, some onions. The seasonings are Italian seasoning, black pepper, seasoning salt by Lawry's. That's always my mom's go-to. And you will need EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. What we're going to do first is I'm going to put the spices on so that way it marinates. Once the spices marinate, I'm going to take it and put it into a Dutch oven with some EVOO on the bottom, and I'm going to sear both sides of the pork loin. Now the pork loin that we have is almost like 2 pounds. It's almost, I want to say, a little bit over 1.5 pounds. That's how big this pork loin is. And it's a good sized meat right there. Now I want to show you our pork loin. I took all of our spices, as you can see, and I put it on both sides, and even also the sides of the pork loin, everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, wrap it on up, put it in the refrigerator, and let it sit for a little bit so that way it marinates all those spices on in.
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes. I'm taking EVOO and putting it into a Dutch oven right now, and I'm going to turn my eye on, and then I'm going to bring our pork loin over here because it has been marinated now with our spices on. And then I'm going to sear both sides of it and also the sides going around. Now I'm going to get the EVOO hot, but not where it's smoking. You don't want it where it's smoking and stuff like that. You want it hot. Alright, now what I'm going to do is our oil is heated now, and I'm going to put this on in. See how you have that nice sear sound? That's what you want. So you want to make sure that that gets nice and brown on both sides and also the edges. Now doesn't that look good? That's our pork tenderloin that's inside of our Dutch oven, and we've got it frying now. So that looks really, really good. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cook the one side for like 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to turn it over and do the other side for 2 to 3 minutes. And you also want to do the edges. You want to hold the pork loin as you're doing the edges and stuff. Now you have to preheat your oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and the total cook time on this, now it may vary because everybody's stove is different. It's going to cook depending upon too the size of your pork loin. Like I said, ours is under 2 pounds. It's more like 1 pound and I want to say 6. So we're going to cook this for about approximately 1.5 hours. Now I'm going to turn this, and look at that beautiful sear. Look at that. That is nice. And that's what you're going to do for the other side. And you also want to sear the other sides, the 2 sides going around. Now see how I have it on its side, and I'm also searing the sides of it? That's what you want to do too. Now I have this seared on all sides, and I have this in a Dutch oven. See how I have my Dutch oven? I want you guys to see it, because I'm going to take this Dutch oven that I seared it in, and I'm going to put it into the oven. Now I'm adding my carrots. And then I'm going to add my onions.
Leave your onions on top.
Yeah, leave your onions on top of the roast. That will add the flavor into the roast.
And then you're going to cover it?
Cover it, and then you're going to put this into the oven and let it cook at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 1.5 hours. Remember, like I said, ours is under 2 pounds. It's like a 1.6, 1.7, something like that. So adjust your roast to your cooking time. Now doesn't that look good, you guys? This is absolutely wonderful. I've taken my onion, and what I've done is I'm going to make a gravy. Now with the drippings that I had in the pan in our Dutch oven. So I took that and I put our onions on in, along with portabella mushrooms, Pennsylvania Dutchman. And I'm going to use a mushroom gravy. And I'm going to make up a gravy here and put it off to the side. And that will be our gravy for our pork loin here. Now, it did cook for an hour and 35 minutes in my oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, what I've got here is our gravy. Now, this has portabella mushrooms in it from the can, and also we use Campbell's mushroom gravy with our onions and also the drippings from the pork loin itself and our spices. So that's what we have in this gravy. Now, what I have here is our gravy that I made. I took Campbell's mushroom gravy, and I also took a small can of portabellas, Pennsylvania Dutchman portabellas, along with our drippings from the pork loin and all the spices that we put onto it. So I just added that into our pan right here, and this is that beautiful rich gravy. And I just tested it, and it is absolutely wonderful. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into a gravy boat, and I'm going to slice one piece of the pork loin, that way everyone can see what it looks like. Now I have our pork loin center cut roast done, along with some carrots. And I took our onions. Remember, I put our onions on top of our Dutch oven, on top of the roast in the Dutch oven. And I took that and I added it to our mushroom gravy. Now, I used mushroom gravy because it's versatile. Now, if you want to use pork gravy, you can. You can use any type of gravy that you want. But I just used mushroom gravy. And I added portabella mushrooms to it. Now, I'm going to try a little piece, and I want you guys to see this because it is very, very good, and it's very tender. It's very moist. It is very, very, very good. And I'm going to dip it into this sauce right here, and you can see how that just sliced right up. I mean, it just sliced right up. I'm just going to dip it into our gravy right here. Make sure I get some of that gravy right there. And it just gives it extra flavor with adding those mushrooms and stuff. It is so, so, so tender. And those onions are absolutely wonderful in this. Now the carrots, let me try a carrot. The carrots are so soft, and they are so, so good. And they have a nice sweet flavor to them with the Italian seasonings and also our Lawry seasoned salt. So it has a lot of flavor. This is very, very, very good. Now, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Please click the subscribe button and notification bell so that way every time I come on, you know. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Also, I want to thank all of our new subscribers. And if you're watching this video for the first time, I would love to have you as part of our YouTube family. Please click the subscribe button. Again, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Go and make yourself one of these pork loins. It is very, very, very good. Bye-bye.